there, my name is Maylin and I am a flutist, music teacher, and performer located in the city of Toronto, Canada, and welcome back to my channel. So I know I've taken quite a few months in between making this video and the past video. The reason is I did get a new job and I'm actually a instrument repair technician apprentice, which means that I actually clean and learning how to fix instruments, specifically woodwind instruments, as a day job, which is really fun. So it's just taken me a little bit of time to organize myself and my schedule, but now I've actually planned out the rest of this series. So look forward to having weekly videos to finish this specific series. So thank you for keeping along, so let's just get right into this video. So for the rest of this video series, I've actually organized it around my favorite book that I like to teach out of for all of my beginners. So that book is called The Trevor Beginner's Book for the Flute Part 1. So this isn't something that I'm sponsored with. This is the book I genuinely teach with all of my beginners. So this is for both my children, my youth, and also my adult students. So it's a great methodology. Trevor was actually a student of Marcel Moïse. So he's been well known in the flute world with his pedagogy, so highly recommend this book. If you do like these videos, I would recommend purchasing this book, because what I'm going to do is essentially I'm just going to summarize sections of the book. So I'm not going to go through every single exercise that is in here, but it is highly recommended that if you are following along that you do get this book, just so you can get that extra practice and those extra exercises in there that he provides. Also, there's a really handy dandy CD that's included. I know it's kind of like outdated, but if you do have a CD drive, it's great because it actually has recordings of the different pieces that are in this book, along with piano accompaniment. So super cool to be able to have that resource when it comes to this book. So in this video, I'm actually going to be going over pages 6 and 7. So 6 and 7 teaches you how to read to the treble staff. So we're going to go through that, and then also how to read music and how to play music when you read it. So let's just get right into it. So we're going to be starting with page 6 here. So music notes are named after the first 7 letters of the alphabet. So that would include A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So they are placed on the staff, which is comprised of 5 horizontal lines. So this specific sign that we read in as flutists is the Treble Clef. It's usually for higher instruments. So this includes descant, treble recorders, the violin, and of course the flute. So music is grouped into bars to show rhythmic stress or accent. So this is delineated by a bar line, which you can see here. So it shows the beginning and the end of each bar. So it also shows a double bar line, and then so it says here, which can be thick or thin, which delineates the end of the piece of music. So there are many different kinds of music notes, which kind of delineates the lengths of each of them. The 3 that we're going to be looking at the most at the moment are going to be whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes, also known as semi-breve, hopefully I'm saying that right, minim, and crochet. So the author, Trevor is from the UK, so those are the UK terms. If not, if you're not in the UK, then use whole note, half note, or quarter note. Wonderful. So there are also signs for silence. So for those, we call them rests. So here we can see we have whole rests, which kind of looks like a hole. Let's remember, a hole equals a hole. A half rest, which kind of looks like a top hat, so half equals hat. And then we also have the quarter rest, which is kind of like this weird little squiggly line there. So next is time signatures. So a time signature, which is shown in the form of a fraction, is printed at the beginning of each piece to tell you what the note values are and what to expect throughout the piece. So if you look at the examples here, so we have 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. So the top number, so the 2, 3, and 4, tells you how many beats are in every single bar. So if you see a 2 on the top, that means there are 2 beats per bar. If you see 3, that means there's 3 beats per bar. And if there's 4, that means there's 4. The bottom number will actually tell us what kind of note, so the note type. So in this case, 4 tells us that 4 equals quarter note. So that would mean if you have 2/4, that you would have 2 quarter notes per bar. Same thing with 3, so 3 quarter notes, or 4 would be 4 quarter notes per bar. Pretty straightforward. So now that we're actually going to be picking up our flute and playing through some pieces. So if you wanted to break them down a little bit, you can go through one that just counts through 4 beats. You have ones that count with half notes, through 3/4 and 2/4. And I'll be going to the first exercise, which is letter A. So when you're starting to learn a piece, the first thing you want to do is check the time signature. So here we check the time signature. It is 4/4, which again means 4 quarter notes for every single bar. So this specific exercise has 2 lines. You can see the bar line, the double bar line, is right at the end of the second line there. And what Mr. Y has done here is that he's actually written out the counting underneath all of those notes, so the half notes, the quarter notes, and the whole notes, just to help you with your counting there. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually clap through the exercise together. So how that's going to work is I'm going to count us in. So that's going to be the beats. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we're going to do for every single note, for every beat, we're going to clap, of course. And so we can't clap through 2 beats if it's being held. So when you're holding like a half note, for example, you're going to go 1, 2. And if you're doing a whole note, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that just helps us to show that we're counting every single beat, but we're not playing on those beats. Okay, so now that we're looking at this exercise together, let's clap through it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So feel free to practice that a few times if you feel like you're not quite sure about the transition between certain bars. The second last bar is one that my beginners usually have a tendency to kind of trip over a little bit because they're not used to counting 2 and 3, used to counting the strong beats. But go over that a few times, and then when you're comfortable, you can finally pick up the instrument. Okay. So now that we've read through it, we've counted and clapped through it, now I'm going to have you listen. So I'm going to play it for you once, and then after that we're going to play it again, and then we're going to play it together. So here we go. I'm going to count us in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that you have an idea of what it sounds like, why don't you try playing it together? So now that you're gonna pick up your flute. Remember, we're playing B, and I'm gonna count us in together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, amazing! So now not only can you read the treble clef for the first time, but now you've also played through your very first piece. So congratulations! You're doing really, really great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the exercise underneath it, exercise B and exercise C. So I want you to be able to do exactly what we just did. So I want you first to read through it, make sure you can see what's happening there. Then I want you to count and clap. And then I want you to try, and you can also sing it, and then I want you to play it. So at the end of this video, I'm going to include both of those so you can hear what it sounds like when I'm playing it for you. And then that's it for this video. So for the next video, we'll be going into the next 2 pages here, pages 8 and 9, and we'll actually be learning A and G, so the two new notes, which is going to be really exciting. And then also how to tongue, which is going to be really key when it comes to articulation. So thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. And if you do want to have any lessons with me, I actually do teach online via Skype. And if you're located in the city of Toronto, I do teach lessons here. So if you do want any more information, feel free to check me out at www.maylinjenkins.com. And I also have a link to my Facebook page down in the description below. So thank you so much, and happy fluting! Alright, so this is going to be exercise B. 1, 2, 3. And this is exercise C. 1, 2.